Thanks to Ripple's inclusion in the digital euro program, XRP can now be used as payment for goods across Europe. An overwhelming majority of Europe's 19 central banks have recently established a starting price of $50,000 0 cents per coin for XRP, which translates to $9,400,000,000 0 cents in 2025, driving up the price to above $59 0 cents. The plan is for XRP to progressively supersede the regular euro as the principal means of online payment. Coincident with this announcement, the biggest bank in Europe has stated that it will utilize XRP to facilitate faster international and institutional payments. There was a confirmation in the bank's story that the digital euro is being phased out as a payment mechanism worldwide. Furthermore, VC companies and financial backers have predicted that XRP's price will be between $10,000 0 cents and $35 0 cents. The data came from Vail Capital's managing director, Jimmy Valley, who predicted a price range of $10 0 cents to $20 0 cents for XRP, worth $35,000, 0 cents each coin. After it is formally acknowledged as the first currency ever, XRP will surely take its place, as this whole situation shows. At the moment, Vail Capital is one of Europe's most famous and respected venture capital firms. Greetings, everyone. 19 international central banks, including those in Europe, have already decided and started buying XRP so that this can happen. The XRP price is going to be covered, although its current value is $211 0 cents. Keep in mind that XRP has a true value in the tens of thousands, from 10 euro 0 cents to 50 euro 0 cents is the actual money that we have been receiving. Venture capital firms predict that it will hit 10 euro 0 cents in the next 2-3 years, while the European Union has set its target at 50 euro 0 cents. Significantly, the MD of Ripple Europe has just verified that the digital euro has a stable coin on the XRP ledger again. This occurred less than 8 days ago, and yesterday the French government, which oversees the digital euro program, announced in a video that the digital euro has joined the DEA to boost CBDC's growth, is making headway, and is presently in the conceptualization phase. France is hosting a meeting between the head of the European Central Bank and Mitchell Spar, former consultant to Ripple. Spar has publicly disclosed their collaboration with Ripple and has given XRP excellent praise. As a first step in getting ready, the lawmaker and I will go on a trip together to make sure that Europe's institutions will work together. And the continent's euro is the currency of the future. Whether you prefer digital or real currency, cash is always an option. To you, what does it imply that its use would be universally accessible throughout Europe? People may opt to spend their money online or in cash, and the whole thing is subject to the political process. The new XRP ETP is now live on 3 European platforms, proving that Europe was the first continent to use XRP. Of course, XRP isn't the only continent or country that has opted to adopt it. India, for instance, made headlines not long ago when it partnered with Ripple to facilitate payment processing in the country by use of XRP. Yes, the first deal for crude oil in the respective currencies of India and the UAE was just completed on the XRP system, which is part of the RippleNet system. This effectively opened the XRP system to a $500 trillion 0 cents oil company, and Ripple solidified their position in the UAE by, after revealing a major relationship with the D, we feel obligated to introduce you to our partner. Assuming it passes muster and becomes the first cryptocurrency, XRP's value might soar to $10,000 0 cents to $35 0 cents per coin. Uphold, as far as Uphold is concerned, Everyone who watches the video will be able to. The only thing you have to do to get your hands on $1,000.00 is write an XRP comment. Select like from the menu. Subscribing and sharing this video would mean the world to me. Additionally, you need to sign up for Uphold through the description link and finish a purchase to get your wonderful referral bonus. A penny up to $10 can be exchanged. How about we play the excerpt from this critically essential statement? One of Europe's leading venture capitalists has put the price of one XRP token anywhere between $10,000.00 and $35.00. Every single coin of XRP has now cost more than $50.00. What do you think? Let's see the movie. 1 month following regulation, in your opinion, where do you see XRP? That is correct. That is why we are aware that the government will intervene and pass regulations to address the issue. Nonetheless, I would be surprised if we were still embroiled in the SEC litigation in 3 months from now. So I would call it impending. In my opinion, the SEC case is the last missing link in the regulatory mess that requires fixing. A solution like XRP is what we need for fast financial flow, in my opinion. The next natural question is, all right, we've solved it magically. Where does the cost go? Because of the high degree of generalization about its size, I estimate that it quickly increases to $10.00 or $20.00. The fact that states have come to an agreement, and then it's back to the original point, it needs to pay for most of the money. I also think you're looking at a scenario where XRP would agree to settle, which would happen instantly. Then each coin would serve as a neutral asset that central banks could trade with each other to convert fiat currency to another. It might be worth $10,000.00 to $35.00. Our lifestyles might stay mostly unchanged, or I'm not sure, undergo some minor adjustments. The XRP ledger's meteoric rise to prominence is, to be honest, not surprising. The XRP ledger is steadily growing by the billions of dollars, and it seems like this tendency will keep going strong at a phenomenal rate. In fact, projects are emerging that incorporate and utilize the XRP ledger to build and launch multi-million and multi-billion-dollar companies, similar to Amazon and Walmart. Exchange, one of these platforms, is now accessible to the general public and is the best place to exchange all tokens and use the XRP ledger. Includes the XRP ledger, the Solana chain, and the EVM chain tokens. In addition, XRP ledger users can see real-time prices and conduct transactions with an app available for both Apple and Android phones. Modern tokens such as XRP ledger utility currencies